Wacha mujum kukum na tawanan na gawanan chamlilo utang kasu mikasu diznikas Moskwa dudan musatri dudabab the tekwa tagamonation. Well, we're here on another Sunday again with GTA Every Child Matters Sacred Fire here at Christie Pits. What we do here is we offer medicine, sage, cedar, tobacco, and sweetgrass to the friar, saying prayers for our children who did not return home, where they were killed in large numbers at the schools, and the schools had graveyards. The Indian residential schools had graveyards close by or just right next door to the school. And that's how they were putting our children to death without notifying the family. And a lot of our children, including myself, when I went to day school and residential school, we weren't allowed to talk our language. When some of us weren't taught, like I wasn't taught Cree at home because my mom and dad are both Cree. My mom was fluent in Cree, and my dad could understand it more than he could speak it. But we're here, and we're to honor them in such a way that we can repatriate them back to spirit world, to honor their passing, to put that love and forgiveness out there for them, so that they may travel to spirit world to live among the stars and beyond the Milky Way. That we give thanks for the earth, wind, water, fire, and spirit, summer, fall, winter, spring, and spirit, Father, Son, Mother Earth, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sky, and Spirit. We also give thanks to the kukums and mujums who sit in the 7 directions, north, east, south, west, above, below, in the center, who are waiting for us patiently to use our free will to reach out to them for guidance and direction in this beautiful walk of life that can be so horrible for a lot of people and from around the world. The thing with the resistance is that, our ceremonies are happening more than ever, as they made it illegal for Native people to practice their language, their culture, our ceremonies, our clothing, and we were forced into reserves that were like prison systems where they learned how to create a apartheid system in Africa and South Africa and the the Arabic lands, the English lands, the northern lands, the southern lands, and that as children, as kids, I remember that some of the things that we learned from the church is that every time we spat, we say we spit on the devil, and I didn't even know that. Our teachings that our Earth Mother is the great provider. Mother has provided everything that we need: clothing, medicines, herbs, food, shelter. We're able to hunt, fish, and gather, and like we're nearing the winter solstice on December 21st. And we're going to be having a sacred fire here to honor that transition from autumn to winter and so on, and that we also have 13 moons in a solar cycle, that we have 13 moons ceremonies. The women are having their ceremonies with the fire, and us men, we have our teachings too with the moon, but we do not carry that medicine as the way that women carry that medicine. And so here we are, we're here every Sunday to talk about, the healing and the grieving that we need to do, that I remember as a kid, I didn't even know I was being made civilized. That they, like, even in the history books, when I went to high school, they were talking about us being savages and pagans and heathens. And, a lot of us are cleansing ourselves from that toxic colonial lifestyle. Today it's about love, kindness, sharing, giving, being generous, and helping each other, and walking a beautiful way in this life that we call Bimad Woven, living the good life. So it's with our flags here, anti-genocide, every child matters. We have the Palestine flag here, and we have the worldwide resistance. And we use medicines. Here we have our altar with a goose wing. My first goose wing that I made this summer when I went up north to a gathering, for the Indigenous Men's Alliance up in Timmins and in North Bay. That we learn our ways and how our ancestors cooked food, that we were always living off the land. And a lot of our people up north now are eating wild meat as in moose, geese, fishing, and planting gardens and honoring them with prayer and medicines so that we give thanks and ask for a direction. And there's many more teachings that our people have on Turtle Island and around the world, how we can identify with one another. So when we come together in ceremony, we acknowledge that we are just here. We are messengers. We are not the creator, but it's up to us to seek out that medicine, those ceremonies, that healing, those fasting ceremonies, those, like, every day, my day begins with prayer, giving thanks and asking for direction. And we have our friend here, Fadwa, adding wood to the sacred fire. We are all helpers when it comes to ceremonies. And I have my friend Sev here and Tyler, and there was a few other people here today too that came by, offered medicines and prayers and stories and food. So I just want to say this is a beginning for everybody. Every day is a new beginning, that I could start fresh. I can't change what happened in the past, but I can embrace the present and welcome the future. And miigwech.